Yes, we are back. Welcome to the present. If you are just joining us for the first time, you are not in the wrong place. Make sure you strike. Yeah, the audio is great. The audio is great. So let's make sure everything is working perfectly. Strike
I
a
can hear you
like on the
perfectly.
video. Very, very important. Subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. And make sure you turn on the notification bell. Very, very important. I'm here with my friend and a Man U fan, Mr. D. What a one.
Yeah, what's going on? It's good to be back on the precinct.
Yeah, it's good to have
Let's
you
talk.
back. Even
Let's
though I
talk
was
football.
thinking
Hey,
it
hey, hey,
might
hey,
take
hey,
a
hey,
few
hey, hey.
months to get you.
You
You're
did
happy
not
to
drag
have
me
you.
this time. You didn't go to look for
Nah.
me anywhere. You
No,
called
when
and
you're
I answered.
civil, no, when you're civil, I don't need to drag you here. So, and I like that.
Oh, so that means I have the tendency of not being civil.
No,
Nice one. Nice one.
you know who you are, right? You know who you are. So, all this
Yeah,
your modesty and
this
etiquette you are
is
presenting.
dude. What? This is me. Why are you talking like this? Come on, this is me. I'm always modest.
Emma, we really allow Shosha.
I
This
always
is me. This is
exude
me.
etiquette. I don't. No, no, no. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Ah, ah. This is strange coming from you. No, I'm surprised.
So this surprise now is an assault on my person,
No,
meaning
it's a pleasant surprise. It's a pleasant surprise that
I am never this civil. I'm always like this, calm, collected.
I'm not saying
You
you're
know,
never deceived. It's very seldom. It's often. It's not
wow,
something that is second nature to you. So,
wow.
see, I appreciate the fact that you can be civil for
This
an
is
hour.
not how hosts treat guests. Okay,
No, how am I not treating you fairly? I'm giving you a fair
you are
shot.
not treating me fairly. You are just okay. All right, I'll take it. It's one of those things, all right? So cool, cool,
So,
cool.
guys, it's a tough one to deal with sometimes. So, you have to understand that dealing with this Manchester United fan can be very cumbersome. So, you're still welcome to the present. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. So, let's start from Manchester United. Since we're discussing the
Mm,
Premier League, right? So, last 5 matches before the
the
break for the
break.
interlude and international match break,
Hmm.
rather, Manchester United look at have 12 points for the last 5 matches, followed by Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Aston Villa, and even Everton have 10 points on 5 games. But Man U is leading that chart after the last 5 games for having 12 points. So it is not as horrible as a lot of fans, both Manchester United fans and opposition fans, have been painting Man U.
I'm a Man U fan,
Okay.
right? I don't know. It still
Is
doesn't
that not
feel.
obvious?
It still doesn't feel like. It still doesn't feel like these stats are more like embellishing. Just like paper walling the crack because the
But they
team
are
is
facts. But
not
they are facts. But they are
okay.
facts.
Yes. They've ground out certain results against lower opposition that they should actually that they are expected to ground out results from. Measure Man U against a half decent side, and then we'll talk better. Because Luton
So,
Town, Sheffield
mhm.
United, and who else? I can't even remember the other teams that they
But
kind of
you can only
Fulham,
beat what's
Fulham.
in front of you. You can only beat what's in
Absolutely,
front of you. So
absolutely, I agree. Absolutely, I agree. But even in those games, right?
yeah.
Their their style of play, what they were trying to do, it just wasn't convincing to me. It wasn't convincing at all. The team doesn't have
So
that metal. The team doesn't have that spine yet. Yes, they've gone even what? Even Everton will go on such a run and they will say, oh, Everton have gotten 12 points from the last 15. Yes, they will. It doesn't mean they are there. You know, if this team comes out now and faces, I will not go as high as saying Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, even Spurs. I won't go as high as naming those four teams. If Man U faces maybe a West Ham today, the next game is against Everton. I am not trying to be a prophet of doom, but I'm not expecting much in that game because we know Everton can be a very difficult side. And if
I agree with
and
you. Yeah.
whenever Man U faces even a low block team that sits back and say, "All right, play, let's see what you can do," they struggle. That was evident even during Ole's time and going on since Ole left. And if they say, "Okay, we want to play against a team that is fluid, an attacking team, so we hit them on the break," even the break they hardly do anything with it. Yes, you get the ball from the position who's trying to run at you, and you try to hit them on the counter attack. We don't even have those players anymore to successfully execute a counter attack. You know, so I feel like the team still has a lot of work. Those stats, yes, it looks like they are doing Ten Hag. They are kind of, you know, they look beautiful. The stats look really beautiful. But beneath those stats, we all know that Man U is not even up to half functionality. They're not.
So, okay, I'm going to take away my tribalism and try to be as objective as possible,
Got
regardless
it?
of what we want to say. Mai is not playing this beautiful football, which most fans want as a bragging right, which is fair. You can
Hmm.
only beat what's in front of you. Number one. Number two, even the when
Absolutely.
you're struggling, you want to still pick up the points. You don't want to play beautiful football, not pick up the points. So the most important thing for me is winning, which is the point. Then if you can't pick up the points, draw, don't lose. There's no joy statically when you're playing beautiful football and you're not picking up the points. So I think, to be fair, regardless of what is going on in Man U, and let's not forget injuries. You guys have a lot of injury worries and woes
Yeah.
in your back line.
Yep. I agree.
So I
I
think,
agree
yeah,
with that.
I think it's not as bad as that is being projected by the Man United fans and some of the opposition fans trying to take a Mickey out of Man U and Man U fans. I don't think
You
it's as
know,
bad as
um, um, all of these media sites
yeah,
like ESPN number one, Sky Sports number two, Talk Sports number three. If they don't put out or push out any Man U content in a
yeah,
particular day, I don't think they will have as much viewership as they would have like they would have
yeah,
wanted. I agree
yeah,
with you on the media bias and the media narrative that they like to push out. I
push,
want to
yeah.
bet that if Ten Hag
English.
was yeah, I'm just trying not to use your channel to throw out
No.
certain
Provided
controversial
we watch our language. Let's be fair. If
right.
Ten Hag was English, the leniency will be
They
there.
will cut him a lot of
Lot
slack,
of slack. Yeah,
a
they will.
lot.
They will.
Look at Sancho; he's still being romanticized by the British media. He
Sure.
still is. So
Yeah. Because
that's that,
English.
that's another topic.
Shout out to Morgan, Akin Morgan. Shout out to you. Said hello, hi to you. I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to like the video, Mr. Akin. Shout out to you for joining us this evening. So for me, I'm taking out my bias. I, I understand, man, you are not playing the most aesthetically pleasing football, 100%. But the points on board is very, very important. Even though when you're not
Well, yeah,
playing well, points on board, very, very important for me.
I I, I
You
think
cannot take away
I would
that.
I would agree with you if you take away those points. And let's say Man U was playing some beautiful football, but they lost
Nope.
like four of those games. Oh my
Exactly.
God, the onslaught will be
Much
horrible.
worse.
So
Much
yeah,
worse.
it will be much worse. That's the word. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get your point. I see where you're driving at.
So let's look at this statistic. Even though it's just 12 games, right?
Hmm.
Arsenal and Liverpool are leading the defensive chart for after 12 games. They've conceded the least goals, which is 10, followed by Man City, Newcastle, and Spurs. Now, it's after 12 games. I'll put that caveat there. It's after 12 games.
Yeah,
No, a lot of Arsenal fans have been shouting and hollering, so, oh, Arsenal is not playing the kind of football they played last season. I see the way people analyze football these days. I am trying to be not disrespectful. It's like you're analyzing like kids. Last season, right? The expectations from both the teams we played against and from the fans is not the same with the expectations now. Last season, people didn't expect that Arsenal to play that good, so they were more open. So Arsenal could attack. Now they know what Arsenal did last season. Teams are not playing low blocks, and after we lost the league title last season, Arsenal is now being playing a bit more conservative. We'll hold on possession. We'll make sure we stifle you. We make sure you do not create so many chances, which is
yeah.
logical. But somehow the fans don't say it that way. Just go gung ho and entertain us. Football should be entertaining within reason. What do you think?
Yeah. So I agree with you 110%. Last season, Arsenal defied all odds. From preseason last season, I was like, wow, Arsenal are going to cook this season, right? Like you guys will play. And the expectation was top four. And for the
Yeah,
majority of the season,
I
Arsenal
love
was
what
on
you
top of
said.
that table.
The expectation unanimously was
Was
top
top
four
four.
before it now went
Yes.
to, oh, they can win the league.
They can actually try to win the league. Arsenal was on top
Yeah,
of that league. And if not for certain factors that happen, I believe Arsenal would have won the league. If not for certain factors that happen. Okay,
Which is on the
so
screen.
now you
Saliba.
know,
Saliba got injured.
yes. Now we know how football fans are. Arsenal fans have gotten, okay, we have a good team that can actually challenge for all honors. And
Yeah.
yeah, if they can, hold their own, they will go all the way. Now they are like, oh, Arsenal needs to, you need to be on the, you need to maintain that consistency. Well, nothing changed with the team, but the mentality of other teams approaching Arsenal games have changed.
Thank you.
Man City play Arsenal with more respect now.
More respect this season. Exactly.
knowing that if they go all out and bomb as Man City would usually do, they have
Yeah.
defensive frailty. If you're able to bypass Man City's midfield and get at their defense, you will score.
Yeah. Exactly.
You will score. So other teams they've changed the way they approach Arsenal games. Now we'll try and make sure they won't score as much. We'll try and make sure that they won't, get to us and score us, and then we'll try and hurt them too on the break if possible.
Yeah, on a counter.
So that ideological shift, you won't expect that Arsenal will be flying, beating people how many 0 as they did last season. No, they will it's something that they will have to, in some matches, blow teams away like they did Sheffield United. Some other teams grind out results. So that's the thing. So fans should always, but it's so hard. Football fans are very emotional. You are very, very emotional. Football fans, they want, no, that this guy, let's say a player, let's say like David Raya now. Tell me which goalkeeper is not prone to making errors every now and then, however little the errors are. It doesn't call into question that keeper's mettle or the keeper's ability. It doesn't call into question. Everybody makes mistakes. It's when the mistakes become consistent that becomes a problem. But those random one mistakes in a game or one in like 3 games, and maybe it leads to a goal that will cause the team to struggle. Okay, it happens. I believe the Raya is a good keeper. He's a very good goalkeeper.
Okay, let me put you on the spot real quick. Raya and Ramsdale, since you're a Man U fan, you're looking from the outside. Give me objective, what would be the right word? Appraisal of both goalkeepers. Which one is better to you?
Arteta sticking with Raya was very, 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 very ballsy. As in, like those cojones are like big brass ones. I'll be very honest, right? I've not really watched Arsenal games with Raya in the goalpost. Like this season, I've not really watched Arsenal games. So, but from what I've read, so I'm going to go with what I've read because I haven't honestly really watched Arsenal games this season with Raya in the goalpost. So giving that appraisal would be I'll be lying if I say I'm going to give that. I watched Ramsdale last season. Yes, Ramsdale has a presence in the box. He has a presence in the box. Ramsdale is prone to those occasional gaffes that lead to goals. Those occasional mistakes that lead to goals.
Okay.
So Arteta putting Ramsdale between the sticks was a little bit, to me, I was shocked he did because I was thinking, honestly.
Putting Raya.
Raya, I'm sorry, between the sticks and sticking with that decision. I was very surprised because I was thinking, Ramsdale he didn't really make any serious, like, let's say like Onana now.
Gaffes, yeah.
Nothing like that this season. So what happened? But I believe the manager knows what he wants. He knows exactly the vision he has for that keeper and that back line for the Arsenal team. So him doing that, yes, it's okay for Ramsdale to feel the way he feels. It's human. It's okay for his family to feel the way they feel. They are supporting their own person. But I feel like it hasn't hurt Arsenal team, number one. And it looks like Arsenal, you guys are doing very, very well with Raya between the sticks. So in addressing your question, saying give an honest appraisal of both of them, I honestly can't right now because I haven't watched Raya, like really watched him.
Yeah,
I haven't really watched him.
I like your honesty, which is fair. For me, as an Arsenal fan, who I watch our games religiously,
yeah,
this is not because of I'm just going on recency bias or have this love for Raya. I can say objectively, Raya is marginally better than Ramsdale. Ramsdale for me engages in these shenanigans, which he thinks is funny all the time. It's not always funny all the time. Engaging the opposition fans, giving them insult up and down is good for it's good for TV. So Arteta is not here to entertain you. He wants to entertain and win. See, when Arteta is a serious-minded person, he knows why he lost to Man City last season. If you notice, all our signing, most of them are defensive. Timber, right? We brought in Timber. We brought in Declan Rice, defensive midfielder. We brought in Raya. So he knows that he lost last season because of the injury to Saliba. So he brought in Timber, who can play right back and centre half. And he saw that Ramsey made some funny mistake. The game against Southampton last season, he conceded some sloppy goals. Nobody's saying Ramsey is not a good goalkeeper. But in winning sometimes, there are fine margins.
Very fine margins. You see those 1-0 games?
When you want to win,
3-2 games.
When you want to win, it's not about, he's good. I'm looking for what was better. If you have better, I'm not looking for what was better. I'm looking for what was the best. And if you can afford it, you go for it. It's unfortunate. This is elite sports. And if Arteta thinks I can improve on Ramsdale, not because he's bad, because there's something better. I get it. As human beings, we feel some type of way. It's something better. Unfortunately, for me, Raya is a better goalkeeper marginally. He commands his area better. He's not good. Even Ramsdale has come out to tell us that he struggles with concentration. That's why he needs to engage with the opposition fans. Raya doesn't struggle with that. Raya is better with distribution. He's better in keeping. He's better with corners. He's better with minding his near post. I am sorry. I love Ramsdale, but something better came up. This is life, and life can be harsh.
Yeah, I saw the news where his dad was giving his say on the situation and everything. But I feel like the dad should have known better, because that will not in any way help Ramsdale's cause.
Yeah.
It will not. So I don't know why he's saying all of that. It's not going to help his cause.
He wants to gather public sympathy. That's how I see it. And see, Raya to her parents. See, sometimes,
exactly
when Leno was dismissed or usurped by Ramsdale, the Leno's mother or father come out to the press. Sometimes you're selfish. Like, they have parents too. So all the parents should start coming out of
and start giving interviews.
What of Rhys Nelson, who has barely played? Kivior, who is always on the bench. Should his mother and parents go on podcast and start reporting and start crying? Come on, grow up.
That was just ridiculous. I don't know why he did that. I honestly don't know why he did that.
I know similar thing happened at Man U, where Harry Maguire's mom was in the press. Oh Lord, waffling. Like, what are we doing this thing? These are not kindergarten boys. These are men.
They're standing up for their child now. So Maguire is still his father's baby, no matter what happens. So.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's standing up for her baby.
I'm very disappointed in the way society is going, because these are men. You should be able to compete and stand up for themselves.
I watched that Beckham's documentary, and I saw the stick Beckham got from the English press, the English people, even on the streets, when something happened in the World Cup. I think he got sent off. Was it?
Sent off. I think it's Argentina also.
I saw that. I saw the abuse, vile. Right in front of Beckham fans, England fans were going at him. But his mother come out and start saying, "Please leave my son alone."
Yeah,
Beckham put his head down.
You want to look at it. If you can take the praise, take the insult. We are not advocating for it.
No, we're not. No, absolutely,
absolutely
not. No, absolutely not.
Life is life.
Like you said, life is life. You're making with great with great what?
The responsibility.
With great something comes great. Is it with great responsibility comes? There's this. I've forgotten the adage, but these guys.
I've forgotten that adage. What I know is that if you can take the praise, ready to take the insult, they come hand in hand.
They come hand in hand. They come in tandem. Yes.
Players don't complain when they are overhyped.
No, and they also don't complain when the funds hit their account. No, do they?
Yeah, exactly. So we're not advocating for that, but it is what it is. Yeah. So we're hearing that rumors that our friend Ruben Neves might be coming back to the Premier League. Newcastle and Arsenal reportedly interested in this fella. I don't think it's good enough. You can't leave the Premiership at 26, go to Saudi League, play for 6 months. I don't think you think his form will be the same.
It's hard. The English game and the games over there, the contrast is it's really really
Huge,
big. So
huge,
yeah,
huge.
so him coming back in, I think in reference to this, there was this article I read about. It looks like the club he's leaving in Saudi kind of have ties with Newcastle.
Mm.
Right. So I think is it FIFA? FIFA are looking for they're looking for a way to,
Another
put a
loophole.
block. Yeah,
Don't sellotape it. The
they
logo.
want to like so now let's say Ineos getting 25% stake in Man U now. Man
Yeah,
U now start looking at a couple of Ineos players to bring
players.
in. It's not going to be difficult to broker such a deal because
Sure.
part owners of Man U are the owners
Yeah.
of is it Nice?
Nice of France. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice of
okay.
France. Yeah.
So it's gonna be so now I think FIFA are looking for a way to stop all those kind of things from
Deals.
happening. So, and I think
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why it's going to be a little bit easy for him to go from where he is right now to get back into Newcastle. That's if he goes to Newcastle. Now coming to his form, Neves for Wolves, there was a season that he was really, he stepped up and he scored some really good goals. He had decent
So,
games. He was, and I even had reports that whether man you're going to go for him and Wolves are like, we're not selling or something like that. Um, I think he's okay. He's not bad. Maybe if he goes into a functional team, he might just fit in as that player, like how McTominay is for Man U. McTominay is not excellent. He just has his moments.
sorry. So that's a poor. Sorry for that. That's a poor. How like McTominay for my nah. I don't want a player of that ilk in my team.
I
Like
wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
nah.
What cuts it for McTominay is he came in through the ranks, just like
Yeah,
Lingard back then. He played for the future till he became 30. Or till he gets to 30. He keeps being a player for the future. I don't understand it. So
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't want to play of that ilk in my team as well, but hey, it is what it is. I feel like going
I
into
just think
Newcastle.
if you go to Saudi at 26, it just
mm,
shows your mindset. For me, your mindset is in the dumpster. These players are not. Don't tell me he has this offer that I couldn't review. No, these players are not poor. You are just greedy and you are unambitious. Now,
but
after playing there for a few months, they can't have the same zest, in my opinion, the same competitive edge that you have in the Premiership. Now, if you buy him for January, before it gets to that level of competitiveness, the league is over. It's over. So for me, if Arsenal, some section of Arsenal fans are getting excited, just get him in. Because sometimes Arsenal fans will take anything. The new football fan will eat, they'll eat anything provided it's new. Provided it's new.
you guys got Jorginho, which I'm still thinking you guys would have done better, but for Jorginho, even for Chelsea, then he was like this
Yeah.
player that will just be in the team. He'll be. You won't see him until there's a penalty. Then you'll be like, oh, this guy is even playing.
I think Jorginho for me, he might not have the legs, but he still does a job. You know, when he does a job, he's just the way that does a job. So let's
And
read this
he'll
chat
just
from Akim Morgan.
okay.
He says, I don't care, Robin Neves club right here. Okay, is your opinion. Welcome to us now. I will take him. Yeah, that's the opinion.
Okay.
I would not take him.
I mean,
I will not take him.
everybody have, and again, like I told you, remember I
Yeah.
mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
you can bring Ruben Neves into a functional team, and he will stay in the team and perform a duty.
Yeah.
That's the kind of he won't be your star midfielder who will run things for you, but he will be in that
if you are
midfield.
competing for the league, like we said, there are margins. You cannot having Ruben Neves is like having a player that is marginally better than El Neni. So I'd rather keep El Neni than bring it. What's the difference?
Nice one.
No, sometimes
Nice
you have to
one.
look at this thing well. Like I'm not going to
Nice one.
bring
Nice
in
one.
another El Neni into the team,
But
especially when I've gone to Saudi.
Ruben Neves pulls those moments,
For
those
Wolves.
screamers on the edge of the box. He does those
For
things. That's
Wolves.
what I'm saying.
For
Yeah,
Wolves.
but okay, if he has done it for Wolves, he could as well do it for Arsenal. That is a better functional team.
It doesn't
That's
work
what I'm
like that.
saying.
Football doesn't work like that. It's like saying, I remember when Chelsea fans were saying, all we need is Lukaku. If we bring in Lukaku, we'll solve our striking problem, right? They brought in Lukaku. What happened? What
Lukaku.
happened? So, see, football is like saying if you bring in another striker, and we have two strikers who will score 40 goals because both of them can score 20 goals. Football don't work like that. The mathematics of football don't work like that. I can say we had a fight in the last comment section. Nah, come on. You see, Akin, you agree, you are allowed to disagree with me. It's not a fight. You can disagree with me. It's your opinion. Now, can we now look at the objectivity of the disagreement? That's what we'll talk about. This is not an echo chamber that all of us have to agree. We can agree in good faith and have a civil discourse. I'm not an erudite of knowledge that nobody can disagree with me. It doesn't work like that. I'm open to conversations. So he said,
just carry.
is better than El Neni. Oh, Mr. Dai, what did I say? I say it's marginally better than El Neni.
Better than El Neni.
Yeah, it's marginally better than El Neni. So,
yeah.
I want to ask you. So, you would rather take a player that is marginally better than El Neni, or you're going to get a proper midfielder? Let's be fair. We are competing for the league. And there's Liverpool there, there's Man City. You can't just bring in a player that is marginally better than El Neni. You need to bring in a proper player. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for your response, Mr. Akin Morgan. I'm waiting. So I don't hate Ruben Neves. I don't hate him. I just think he's not good enough for what we are chasing. Now, let's say we're looking for top 4. I can entertain that conversation. We want to win the league. So it's different. There's a context there. Or am I waffling?
No, you're not. You're not. What you're saying makes sense. It doesn't. I was just saying, like, okay, I think Akin has responded, but I'll just finish talking. I was just saying.
Yes, that's why I appreciate this show from you guys. Keep it up. Yeah, you too. Shout out to you. Without you guys, me and my friend are just here discussing nothing. So we appreciate you guys. You can disagree objectively. Yeah, you can disagree objectively.
Yeah.
It's about.
Yeah. So I mean, there was something you said. I'm looking at it like there's an objective, right? And you bring in a player of Ruben Neves' ilk, who, yes, he might come into the team and he will just perform a duty, not outstanding, not exceptional. He will have his exceptional game, like 1 in 4 or 5 games. But you want a player that will, provide that exceptional ability, game in, game out, to get you guys to where you want to be, which is challenging for a title. Challenging for trophies.
Let me explain how I see it, right? Maybe most Arsenal fans don't say it. The way I see it, like, Ruben Neves is replacing Partey. Look at what Partey gives us.
Okay.
So we cannot go from what Partey gives us to Ruben Neves. I'm sorry. That's not good enough. As Jorginho, for me, Jorginho is a good player, but no legs. So he's easily bullied. He doesn't have the leg, but mentally and technically, Jorginho for me is a fantastic player, but you still need that athleticism in the English Premiership and doesn't have it. So that is his own struggle. That will be nervous. He will score those screamers if it's allowed. Is he that technical player with those good passes? Can he facilitate the midfield the way Partey will do it? Can he be a good partner for Declan Rice? I don't think so, especially when you've now gone to a lower league and played there for 6 months where your competitive edge has declined.
Yeah.
So we are not seeking top 4. We want to win the league. That's why I look at the Ramsdale versus Raya. That's why I'm not too concerned, because I can see the mindset of Arteta. I want to win. Ramsdale did not do anything bad. But now, it's not about top 4 anymore. It's not about let's compete. Arteta wants to win the league. Meaning, it's no more what is good or what is better. What's the best?
Yeah.
So that's how I say it. But if some Arsenal fans disagree, I get it, but this is how I'm outlining my objective on how Arteta and Edu should be moving.
It's okay to not have the same point of view on topics. So everybody definitely will have their own point of view, and it will not align with your own. Yeah, but makes sense. What you say makes sense. I think you are just trying to say, in essence, Arsenal could do better.
Yeah.
In getting
in the context of what we are trying to achieve.
Yep.
Could do better.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So let's go to the next topic. We saw this news during the week. Chelsea could face a point deduction over allegation of hidden payments made during the Roman Abramovich times as owner. Very interesting, because you know how football fans were insulting Arsene Wenger, insulting other managers. You guys don't want to buy players. You don't want to put the money down. Not knowing that our friend here was doing brown envelopes,
You call
backhanded brown.
I remember I remember during that period you used to refer to Roman as sugar daddy.
Yeah. Remember how they usurped uh, the Spurs from signing William
William. Yep,
after
they
doing the
did.
medical? Yeah.
Yeah. Almost that
Remember they
was
usurped us from signing Eden Hazard, and the Arsenal fans were saying that's not a penny pinching. I was like, not knowing that allegedly this guy was paying agents with offshore accounts. That's why
wow.
Hazard's agent refused him from joining Arsenal. They made him to join Chelsea.
And you remember Mikel too. You remember Mikel
So,
for Man U.
exactly.
Mikel Obi for Man
Mikel
U too.
from Man U.
He actually this man he actually stole a lot of deals from other clubs with money.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So let me just chat for Marky Megan. I want the
Okay.
next level. I want the next level make sure like Barella or Chouamini, but is Arsenal going to spend 90 and I have the player agree in January? I'm looking for an option. He might be the best unless Douglas Lewis. I think their players. Okay, let me give you an example. Kivio was signed January, right? No, we're never linked to him. He came out from nowhere and he's a very, very good player. Fabio Vieira was signed. We're never linked to him, even though people are still subjective of whether he's a good signing or not. For me, he's a very technical player, he's a very good player. You need to just work on his physique and physicality. These are good players. They are players in the market. See, the club has scouts that we might not be aware of that can see good players. There's Fafana, who's on his last year contract at Monaco. Very good player. We saw him at the Emirates Cup. Very, very fantastic midfielders. They are midfielders that the club can get that are better. We can't be going for these low-level limping players that are who have legend ambition.
But
All they want is
but
money.
what he's saying actually makes sense. You don't usually get the best deals done in January. So that's what he's trying to say, and he's looking at the long haul till the end of the season. So if
So
maybe
because I
Neves,
cannot have steak now, I can't eat pork.
calm down now. Why are you so aggressive? Calm down.
No. It's not aggressive. That's not aggressive. I'm
Calm
not
down.
interpreting what you're saying.
I was just trying to make a point. You didn't even let me land. I was just mid-air and boom.
No. They are players that are better than
Yeah.
these two. And number two, Douglas Louis. You think Aston Villa want to help us now by selling their mate, even though he's not as good as Aston Villa making him sing. Aston Villa will not sell to Arsenal after he signed a brand new contract last season. When his contract was on 6 months, they refused to sell him to us, right? What has changed that Aston Villa will sell us Douglas Lewis?
Maybe they'll make more money from it since he has signed a new contract. So he definitely they'll
So you think
if they
Arsenal
get
will
a
pay
payday.
exorbitant price for very bang average player?
Okay, the person that fits you has responded.
You eat pork, eat the only option. Now, I'll continue
You
my
will not
fasting.
starve.
I
You will
will
not starve.
start. I will start.
You will eat the
I
pork
will not.
because
I will
that's
not
the
eat.
only because
Yeah,
that's the
no,
only meat present.
no, I'll rather starve. Shout out to you, Mr. Akim Morgan. Yes, I'll rather
Yo,
starve. I'll rather starve. It's true. I'll rather
so
starve.
like I was saying about Neves, like what he's saying, you don't get the most. There are sometimes you make those deals in January and it actually works out for good, but those January deals are usually like stopgaps.
Yes, but you don't. See, as far as I've forgotten that there was a time we signed Kim Carlstrom, injured player, in January, who did not even play games. You can go and sign liability that will still be useless. And guess what? The same fans that are saying just sign somebody will insult you for signing in. You know, fans,
Ah,
we have the
fans are fans
fans.
now.
Fans, we have the get out jail of changing our mind anyhow. But these guys that make decisions, they are not afforded that luxury. They are not afforded that luxury. They are not afforded that
Fans.
luxury. So
Fans will
he
always
said
be
no.
fans.
He's laughing. So I see. If it was Ruben Neves, I was still at Wolves, I would take the risk on him. But after playing in Saudi, where his energies and competitive edge has dropped,
But it's just 6 months. He could
6
still
months is a
get that.
lot in competitive
But
sports.
he could still listen. Form is temporary. Class is permanent. So at least for
He was never
Wolves,
you are taking the
for
context of
Wolves.
that
No,
age.
hold on.
He
For
was never
Wolves,
elite. Whenever
See,
elite.
calm down. For Wolves, at least for Wolves, he showed that he can hold his own in the midfield,
And
and
he
that
went
is
to Saudi
Wolves.
at
And
26.
don't okay,
Wow.
rest my case.
Wow.
I don't think I can
It's
win this
true.
one. I don't
No,
think I
it's
can win
true.
this
He
one.
was so good that he went to Saudi at 26.
But the money came.
Regardless, if it was that good, he would have gone to a Barca, a Real Madrid, have come for him.
The money
Come on,
came.
let's be fair. No,
The
he's
money
not.
came, and
He was never elite
he took his chance on the money. That's what I think.
because he knew where his class was
But now, certain clubs in the EPL want him.
on loan.
Now, you know that Newcastle player, what's his name? Is it Tonello or Tonello, the gambling one, the one that got
Tonali,
banned for some gambling? Yeah,
yeah,
Tonali. Given that he's banned right now, Newcastle have a void that they need to fill. So I'm thinking they would. I'm thinking it's more likely that he will come to he will go to Newcastle instead of Arsenal. So maybe this back and forth over his ability to fit into the Arsenal team is just some
yeah.
theoretical
See,
abstract
going
thing
to
that we're just looking at.
Newcastle, the objective at Newcastle and Arsenal both are different objectives.
Mm.
Newcastle top four, Arsenal want to win the league, so those are different objectives. So that if it goes to Newcastle, best of luck. But I personally don't want him at Arsenal. I don't see him improving us.
It might not happen though. It's just one of those rumors that
I
come
like
up,
that.
so it might
Amen.
not
It
happen.
will not happen. It will not happen.
I
Amen.
say, I didn't declare that it will not happen. I say it might not. So there's chances that it
And
will.
it will not happen.
You are
It will
declaring that
not
it will
happen.
not happen, Abby.
Yeah,
All
it will
right,
not
all
happen
right.
now. So let's look at this youngster who
Mm,
scored. Was it yesterday? 10 goals. Let me
yeah.
read this chat from Martin.
So okay.
He said, I have no doubt Arsenal will try to get the best deal like Barella, but clubs are not warm to letting their best players go in January, like last year with Caicedo. Yeah, I get it, right? I
Yeah,
get it.
I mentioned that earlier. Like the
See,
best
I
deals are not.
factored in.
It's very hard.
No, I factored that thing in, right? I'm just saying, that you can push a little bit if you want, but you can't go and push your rubbish. It's
And
not them.
and
It's
the
rubbish.
way some other smaller clubs, no disrespect to any club in the English Premier League, no club is small. As long as you're
Yeah,
in the league,
but
you're at least
objectively, they
yeah.
are small
But,
clubs. Objectively, they are small clubs.
so for lack of a better word, like there are some other clubs like before Man U, the Liverpool, the Arsenals, the Chelseas could go and just say, hey, we want this player. The club will just bend over how much money will you take and they'll take them. But right now, clubs are like, they're not smiling. They're not letting their best players to leave. You know,
I
clubs are
get
not
it,
letting their
but
best players to leave. So in January, especially in January,
it's a global
they are
market,
not letting.
and
It
you can
is.
find
It is.
these clubs have resources and they have scouts. You can find something better than Ruben Neves for your
So
long.
no, no, I'm not even.
I'm alhamdulillah. You can
This
find
is this
something.
one. It has taken on that tone. This is on that dimension. Are you a fan? Are you pastor? Which one are you? Pick one and
No, no,
stick
no,
to
no, no.
it.
Nah.
Allah generation. You have to alhamdulillah. Just pick one and stick to it, okay? You acting like there's this guy, real quick and off topic. In this
Yeah.
movie I watched, The Mummy, if you watch it, this character that when this devil came at him, he brought out his cross, he brought out his the Muslim one, he was just picking everything to kind of neutralize the
What of
devil.
the yeah.
And it worked for him. So I think you are doing the same thing. So just pick
Yeah,
one and stick
nah.
to it so I will know that
I
the
have
prayer will
no
work.
agenda against Ruben Neves. I just think that I'll pass. I'll pass on him. I'll pass on him.
Right. So that kid you're talking about,
Yeah. So this
you
kid,
know, yeah, the first time when you just brought the kid up I mentioned him, I remembered one thing. You remember this guy man you signed, baby? I don't know if you
yeah,
saw that guy. That guy.
well,
So
but
when I read that man, he was
he
going.
was a collateral
See,
club.
hold on now. I'm coming there. When I heard that man, he was going for that play, I was like, who's this guy? Just went online. Then I used to get my football news from Court Offside and Tribal Football. That's where I used to go to the cafe then in Nigeria to get my football news. So I just waited. Who's this guy, baby? They said, oh man, the guy scored 20 goals in one match in Portugal. I said, wow, oh man, we've gotten a kid that will come and kill the English Premier League for us. You know that the first day I watched this guy play, he was playing like he had two left legs. Legit. I'm like, this is the same guy. He couldn't dribble, he couldn't pass. He couldn't shoot. I'm like, what in the hell is this? So all of this whole thing that you say this player scored 15 goals in one match, 10 goals in one match. Well, some players are good and they score those kind of goals, but I'm not usually excited by that until I see the player play on the big stage. You know, there are certain players that when they play, when they hold the ball, they make
Yeah.
passes, they make runs. You're like, this player has something. When I watched, first time I watched Saka, I was like, oh wow, this guy has something.
There's something there.
You know?
Yeah.
So there are those players like that. When Ronaldo first came to Man U, he wasn't a finished product, but he had this bursts and runs and stops and passes that he used to make. I'm like, you could just see
the
that.
X factor.
See when Messi came on the Barcelona stage, I'm like, who's this kid? Who's this kid playing under Ronaldinho? I'm like, who's this kid? So I think we'll just wait. Let's not kind of overhype all these young players. Sometimes it also gets into their head. So let's just see what they have to offer when the opportunity comes for them to play on the big stage.
Not really, right now. I'm not going to go on his skill set because I'm not going to watch him because he's still young. My concern was that I saw a few people say, "Oh, this guy is actually 15. This guy looks 15. He's young enough.
He looks very, very young.
He looks very lanky. You can tell he's genuinely 15. Even though he's Nigerian, we know we know how to maladjust our.
Please, don't hit us with that. Just let's have it as an unspoken acknowledgement, like we know.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. So let me reach out for marking. We rather bring in nobody or Sami Lokonga, who isn't ready at the moment. Rather bring in a player who is a leader and have experience, like for depth, party can stay fit. Now, don't get me wrong. If for some reason Arteta or Arsenal go ahead and sign Ruben Neves, I will support him.
Absolutely.
But I'm not expecting much from it because what we do as fans sometimes, we go and sign a player because it's a new toy. It doesn't give us what we think it should give us. We'll start getting frustrated. That's my concern. For me, I've seen this guy is not good for what we want. But if the club go ahead and get him, when I know they can get something better, it is what it is. They should be back. I don't know what happened. So once again, okay, are you back? Okay, so you went off the screen. So we're not party can stay.
So I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But we're not party can stay fit, but we can manage him. Hopefully, he can give us a few games before he goes. I can say, who the F is that guy? Yeah, this guy is an Arsenal youngster that scored 10 goals in one match. So let's see, maybe he can be the next Rashford. Let's see. According to reports, he has been training with
Rashford that doesn't know he's bearing right now.
according to reports, he has been training with the senior team. So let's see what we can see from this guy. So all the reports of Arsenal going side Anthony. Nah.
So you don't like Anthony?
No, he's overrated. He is not technical enough. See, not every player that does well at Brentford will cut it at Arsenal. Like, remember when Arsenal signed a few years ago, Francis Jeffer, who was scoring tons of goals at Everton. They brought him to Arsenal and the guy faded like a bad fart. Now, I've seen a lot. Now, Osmoto said, don't tell me you fired Efosa. Why would I fire my guy, Efosa? I don't hire and fire anybody. They are my good friends. Efosa is unfortunately not available at this time, and he's a busy guy. We all know we all have our individual life, and I'm happy that my friend D could bless me with his time. These guys they are busy too, so we all have individual lives. So we have to respect people's individual lives. And shout out to you for coming in. Efosa is not fired. You'll see me saying more Efosa, and I have to still drag this guy here every time. So you'll be seeing both of them on the channel.
I want you and Efosa, so I will have a healthy discourse.
Yeah,
I think Efosa is that he's that line. He keeps you in check when you are going to your. Sometimes you go off the rail, and Efosa will be like, yo. See, I understand what you're saying, but let's look at it.
See, Otmoto is nice to you. It's nice to meet you, my guy. Yeah,
hey.
He can be civil on the screen.
What's your problem? You said this at the start of the show. I'm always very civil. So whatever this guy says is a slander of my person, and I will sue him.
Shout out to Mr. Oxymoto. Shout out to you guys. Don't forget to like the video. Very, very important. and make sure you subscribe. Very, very important too. So let me know as an opposition, what you think about Kai Havertz? Because a lot of Arsenal fans don't like
I
him.
don't I don't understand Kai Havertz, please. Just I won't take Kai Havertz in my team, but somehow you have a soft spot for him. I don't know. You are just being very stubborn and obstinate about this guy. And I want to believe some Arsenal fans will agree with me. You have
No,
you see, Kai Havertz is like
a
that
lot of
player
Arsenal fans,
that
a lot of Arsenal fans don't like him. And
Mhm,
guess what? You watch him for a long time. See, I've watched Seedorf, Pablo Aimar,
mhm.
Gasquet. I watch players of different generations and ilk, and
Okay.
everybody are different aesthetically. Number one, he passes the technical ability for me. Number one, what I like in players. Number two,
Okay.
he just coming into the Arsenal squad, and we can see marginal improvement. You don't just come to the Arsenal squad from Chelsea and hit the ground running. Now, people are looking for quote unquote Xhaka replacement. The same Arsenal fans for over 4 years did not like Xhaka. Oh, he's slow. Oh, he's a lorry. Oh, he's left-footed. He's aggressive. He's getting red card. Suddenly, he has one quote unquote good season, even though he seen before last season he was showing improvements as Ateta came and Ateta
Hmm.
actually fixed him in a position that his weakness is not exposed to the world. They
Yep.
didn't actually acknowledge that until last season. So
Wait.
I'm saying the same rhetoric towards Kai Havertz.
Wait, hold on. You know,
Okay.
there was something you said that those Arsenal fans was you. You said it was like a lorry. I
No, I'm
will
not saying. I
that
said
phrase, I'll never forget
you
that
see,
phrase. I know you say that phrase a lot when
I
Arsenal was
said it.
struggling.
I
But
said
you
he
know
turned like a
something?
lorry. Did I ever say he was a horrible player?
No.
No.
See, do you know something? There are certain
Yeah.
players that that's why I respect Ateta a lot, right? He comes in, he looks at the player, he sees
Yeah.
how he can use that player properly, and he used it. And he used him to the point that Arsenal fans actually appreciated him. Oh, by the way, I
Sure.
think I saw a news during the week about Xhaka's stats at he's in
Yeah.
Leverkusen, right? I saw those
Yeah.
stats that he
Exactly.
has for Leverkusen. I'm like, wow, he still went from Arsenal to Leverkusen, and he's still, putting up class performances. I think he's number one
Sure.
on setting. I've forgotten what it was, but I know I saw some positive news about him in the media,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh wow. So, but this guy, Havertz, I don't know. Managers see something in him that they like. That's why they got Chelsea got him from the German league, and then Arsenal picked him up when it looked like Chelsea wasn't working for him. But I don't know. He's just he has this ability to ghost in games, and even when he has the ball, I don't he doesn't really do much for me on the ball. I don't know the technicality. There might be things that he's doing that kind of works all around for the team, but he's just not. He hasn't met that expectation. When they got him from the German league, I know they were like, oh, he made assists, he scored goals, but he didn't show it
Okay.
for Chelsea. And for Arsenal, he hasn't shown it yet. So he
So
has a lot to
how many
prove.
players has Chelsea signed in the last 5 years that have been good?
They have been good.
Yeah. Not even great. Good.
Modric now.
Are you insane? No, no, no. No, because no, I answer that question. No.
Okay. All right, let's be serious. Let's be serious. Sterling is trying.
Come on, let's be
No,
fair.
now hold
See,
on.
for
Sterling
me,
is trying a
people are
little bit.
accusing me of having a soft spot for Kai Havertz. If that's
Enzo Fernandez
yeah,
for Chelsea.
really, he hasn't done.
Yeah,
What has he done?
Enzo.
What has he done?
Enzo and Casado right now, they're the ones holding Chelsea's midfield. So I mean, Chelsea
The
still.
bar at Chelsea is on the floor. What tangibles have you seen Enzo done? Pass ball like Ioneni. He hasn't done better than Ioneni. And
Hey
that's the
God.
player of 100 million pounds plus.
See,
Let's be fair.
when Chelsea start cooking, you will eat up your words. Don't worry. Yeah,
They are not
Chelsea is
cooking
coming.
anything. They are not cooking it. They
Chelsea is
can't even boil
coming.
anything. They are
See,
not
do you know
coming
that? Okay,
anything.
do you know something? Let me tell you something. Do you know that for Chelsea, I see a semblance of a pattern of play for Chelsea that I don't see in Man U. If Man U
Yeah,
could actually
it's a
show,
mirage. Like you say, I like your choice of word. It's a semblance. It's a mirage. It will fade away. It
why
will
will you
fade
just
away.
dissect? Why will you dissect my sentence and say, okay,
You use
this
the
guy?
word a semblance, which is
Yeah, I
AKA a
see.
mirage,
That's what I'm
AKA
saying. Okay,
AKA a
why?
mirage. I'm helping
Now
you say
that's
what you
now
said.
that Mirad got them a draw against you guys in a game that was everybody was overwhelmingly saying
So
Arsenal will
we are
win the
now
game.
celebrating draws. Ah, God. These are the
But
stands are falling.
look at Man City. They gave Man City a run.
All that
And that
draw.
match, I was
So
thinking Man City. I was
let's
thinking
celebrate them for getting draws. You know, the vibes now on the floor that we're not celebrating draws.
we know that Chelsea have this tendency of losing games that they're expected to win. So now games that they're expected to lose, they step up, meaning that they can actually do so. I believe that once they're able to get their rhythm going, man, they will cook. Don't worry. And we'll come back to it and you'll be like, oh wow.
No. The Chelsea you are here. You are here having a pre-com for they are tenth. You're having a pre-com
Come on,
for
let's not do this now. My U2 was 10th now. At least
come on. No. You cannot be having this pre-com and the
I'm not
tenth. Come
having
on.
I'm not having any pre-com. I'm just stating what I think is the obvious.
Now, what you're thinking is wrong. Yeah, I'm having a soft spot for Kai Havertz. I think he's a good player, and it will come to just like Xhaka. A lot of people don't want to be patient, and they're in collaboration with Chelsea fans who are touting, even though he won them the Champions League.
Chelsea fans are very bitter. They like snapping up people's players, but they don't like their own players being poached.
Exactly.
That's how they are. They don't want Havertz to succeed. They don't want Jorginho to succeed. They don't want Mount to succeed. Who else? They don't want William to succeed, even though William is at Fulham. They just Chelsea fans are bitter people, Jerry.
Akin, let me respond to Akin. Yes, I have a soft spot for Havertz, and my soft spot is objective. He's a good player. He's not the aesthetic pleasing player all you guys want him to be. Kai Havertz will come through. He's 24. He's young. He will come through. Okay. I am positive. He's quicker than Xhaka, smarter than Xhaka, has a footballing IQ than Xhaka. If Xhaka can do it, Havertz can do it. That's how I say it.
Do they play the same position though?
Yeah, right now, yes.
Oh, okay.
Even though a game against Newcastle that we lost, Havertz was the smartest player on the pitch. He was not that See, when Newcastle were physically imposing themselves and bullying Arsenal, who was the one that went with that challenge that rose the temperature of the game? Kai Havertz. See, physicality is different. Everybody doesn't have to show the physicality of Xhaka. Havertz shows his physicality in a different way. He looks lanky. He looks like he can't do no harm. That guy is sneaky. What are you saying? He's sneaky.
Okay.
He's sneaky.
We'll just wait and see. Wait and see what
in the Carabao Cup that we unfortunately lost, was this the best midfielder on the pitch? So for me, Arsenal fans, Ejibure, calm down. He will come through.
All right, let's wait and see. Let's just wait and see.
So Otmoto say maybe Kai Havertz needs to play left back.
Like he played for Germany, right? You know, you guys should give him a try.
He played tactical left back. He didn't play the classic left back. Why are we trolling? What Otmoto is trolling?
Are you sure he's trolling? Maybe he's just trolling.
I know. Oxoto is my guy. He's trolling. He's just having a laugh. He's having a laugh. He played tactical left back. He didn't play classical left back.
I didn't even see him play Zinchenko in left.
Exactly.
Wait, hold it. In my walk. Don't forget.
Have you taken your mess?
Don't forget that Fegi used Raphael in what was it on right wing against Arsenal one time in the FA Cup, and it worked. So all those things might be master strokes. Saka was formerly brought in as a left back. True or false? And where does he play now? He's further up the field and he's killing it. So you never can tell. That guy might find his calling in left back, and we'll see the Kai that we want to see.
Are you done?
The way he said, I just said that I was talking to a brick wall. So okay, all right, let's continue.
Chelsea are Okuko away from getting back in Euro.
Okay.
Imagine, how can you be hyping a player that has not played one game for Chelsea
in the Premier League At least we saw
Yeah.
him in preseason. We saw him in preseason,
Yeah,
and he
but
was
he has not played in the Premier League. But somehow, theoretically, once it
because
comes,
he played. The guy came from Leipzig, right?
yeah.
In Leipzig, he was banging the goals, and we know that
So Werner was scoring goals in Germany. He came to Chelsea. Why are we forgetting that?
That's Timo Werner now. See, you know that
Wait,
Leipzig
wait, wait,
players.
wait. Hold on.
Okay, I'm
That
holding
is
on.
it. Wait, where did Timo Werner come from?
He came from Leipzig, no? So let's see. Apart from Timo Werner, let's put Timo Werner on one side. And that's why I was putting in the caveat. I was putting in that caveat first, but they allow me to land. Put Timo Werner on one side. Leipzig players, they usually when they move, at least they prove their their worth. Soboslai, he came from Leipzig, didn't he? For Liverpool, and he's playing well. The other guy, Gaviol, or what's his name, for Man City, he came from Leipzig, no?
Yeah.
At least
I asked you a question a few minutes ago. How many players have succeeded at Chelsea in the last 5 years that they've bought?
In the last 5 years?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm asking a genuine question.
I'm trying to think.
Exactly. But the fact that you are trying to think just shows you how poor it has been at Chelsea.
I think since Roman left, they lost that aura. You know, they lost that. There's something just
says because Chelsea being dominated also and because of injury. So one player holds the key to the success of Chelsea. Are you joking or you are being serious?
Hold on. I want to lend credence to what he just said now. When Saliba got injured last season for Arsenal, y'all felt it.
Saliba played for Arsenal 26, 28 games. We saw that it was good. This guy's not playing in the Premier League. We're already superimposing ability of Superman onto him.
Because he has the pedigree of being a goal poacher. So when he comes in, he's going to, it's the expectation that he will score. I'm just trying to buttress what Oxford is trying to say. It's not logical, analogy. but most times
played 28 games. We saw it.
But
this guy has not played one Premier League game for them aside from preseason. We cannot use that yardstick.
And during the preseason, he played well. He scored goals. So I think he was brought into the team. He was brought into the team.
There are players that play well in preseason. And they are bombed.
And there are still players that play well in preseason and they continue playing well in the EPL. Last season when Gabriel Jesus came in preseason he played well and he carried that into the Premier League. So I'm just saying.
He has been playing the Premier League. He has been playing
the Premier League for Manchester City. Yes, I know.
Yeah, but we know what Jesus is. But this what's his name? Nkunku. Come on, man. Come on, let's not superimpose abilities he doesn't have.
Let's wait for him to come in. What Oxford is saying is valid to me. I'm not. I think I expect that too. That when he comes in, the team should at least have that goal scorer that they so need.
See, if Oxford was about a Messi, a Cristiano Ronaldo, Nkunku, are we joking? This is not. He's not elite.
I will not downplay his abilities. I know he's a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer.
You are going through a traumatic process with Man U, so everything looks good to you now. Everything looks good.
I'm so done. I'm done with you. Seriously, I'm done with you. Must you bring Man U's trauma into this? Just leave Man U's trauma is on one side.
It's affecting your appraisal of players. It's affecting you. So
I'm not saying that Nkunku is the savior of Chelsea. I'm just saying he's part of the the piece that will make the machine work.
Yeah.
He's part of the piece.
The belt of the conveyor.
He is not the belt, whatever. He's part of the piece that will make a machine work. So he has to come into the team and and play. So let's just wait.
Oxmato says Chelsea's original plan was to have Nkunku and Jackson play together, and so if they play together, those I gave an analogy during the earlier part of this show. Chelsea fans say just bring in Lukaku, and we will go on a winning spree. They brought in Lukaku, and he farted all over the place.
I know
So,
Lukaku's a mess.
so let's see whether Nkuku will be Lukaku part 2.
Is Nkunku's jersey number 9? If it's 9, he'll be a flop because Chelsea
No,
have
no,
that 9 cost.
I was watching Nkuku play. Good player. That's it. Not this player that will just come in and suddenly there'll be a resurrection service for Chelsea. I don't say it. I don't say it, but if you guys say it, I understand. Guys, thank you for joining us for this stream. I really appreciate you. Shout out to you, Mr. Dyer, for
Yes,
giving me
sir.
an hour of your time. Guys, if you're watching the playback, do us that kind favor by striking a like on the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So, any last words as we wind up on this good stream that we just had, good conversation?
Yeah, this has been a good this has been a good 1 hour, and you know, and also the input from the people watching very
Yeah,
helpful.
shout out to
Made
Tomato,
it very very made it very engaging, and
Akon,
Akim
yeah,
Morgan, right? Made it
yeah,
very
both of
engaging,
them
and
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
and more
shout out to
interesting.
them.
So it's fun being here, and hopefully you are able to successfully drag me back here in the nearest future. And this weekend was very boring, so hurrah to next weekend when the Premier League comes back in.
Exactly. So, guys, shout out to you for joining us. Shout out to Zomato, shout out to Aki for making it very, very interactive. And we appreciate you for spending your precious time with us, and we don't take it for granted. So, keep supporting us now. Keep supporting the Premier League. If you are not an Arsenal fan, regardless, enjoy the content, strike a like on the video, and let us know what you think in the comment section. If you disagree with us, leave it there respectfully. You don't need to go with insults. You could disagree, but make sure it's objective and respectful. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.